Hello everyone. I didn't stick to my plan, did I? I think it's been nearly 4 months since I posted a video. I think back then I said, I wanted to make it a regular thing, that I didn't want to disappear again, but yeah, that didn't work. A lot happened, basically. Something that I don't really want to go into detail about, but yeah, I just kind of shut off from everything because of what was going on. Yeah, something personal. It's pretty much dealt with now, coming out the other side of it, but yeah, it was a very, very dark time, and yeah, I just lost interest in everything, not just social media wise, life in general, or just didn't have anything that I really looked forward to. But yeah, now that I'm on the other side of that, I'm really trying to get back into everything. My best platform at the moment is TikTok, just because it's so easy to film, edit, post. So I do not even know what we spoke about last time I posted. I think it might have been the balcony where we were transforming, which is pretty much done now. I'll show you that in a little while. Possibly the kitchen leak, that all got fixed, replastered. I haven't decorated the kitchen, so it's a bit of a mismatch of colours. Where it was replastered. I started the bathroom makeover. Yes, it's not finished, just because obviously things cost money, and I've got Finley's 3rd birthday next month, and obviously Christmas, so yeah, everything's just been put on the back burner a little bit. It is quiet, if you can't tell. Finley is having a nap, which he never ever has. He gave up naps during the day when he was around 18 months old. Literally refused naps all the time. Yeah, so for ages and ages, I think it was just before we moved here and while we were living here, his sleep was terrible and his eating was terrible. His eating is under control now. He eats every meal, pretty much clears his plate every time, which I'm so happy we've overcome that. Every mealtime I used to get so upset that he wasn't eating. Oh, excuse me. But his sleep, on the other hand, we have phases where he's really good, and then other times when it's just not so good. So recently, majority of the time, from about 10-11 o'clock, me and him are sleeping on the sofa because that's the only way to get him to have some sleep. So he's been having really bad nights, so he's fast asleep. Yeah, I just let him have it. If it's going to make him feel better, then yeah. So took the most of the quiet time. We were playing with Lego this morning, so I've cleared all that away, left him out a few bits for when he wakes up. I've made myself a hot chocolate, and I have cut myself some of our what is it? I don't even know because I don't have the box anymore. Jam and cream, what they call the giant Swiss roll things. So I've just cut some slices of that to have and enjoy the piece. What is the time? Oh, it's nearly 3. So he can't sleep for much longer because it takes him a while to wake up, to adjust, and then preparing dinner, and then obviously actual bedtime. But hopefully with this nap he might sleep a bit better. Yeah. This is the cookies and cream one from, is it called Wittard? I'll show you the tin. It's this one here. So I just make mine with hot milk, and then I've put some whipped cream on top, and then this Swiss roll we got from Aldi when we did our last food shop. Nice. Yeah, just had a very chilled day today. I was debating whether to go out to Home Bargains to do some more Christmas shopping, but neither of us felt up to it, so yeah, it was a day at home. So I just thought I would pick up, well, I don't have a camera, I use my phone. So I just thought I would start recording. Like, I know it's nearly 3 o'clock, but we'll just spend the evening together, really. Like I said, slowly coming out of a tough time. Literally, it's one of the worst things I've been through. Like, I've been through breakups before, I've been through postnatal depression, I've been through general depression, loss of loved ones, but what I went through, it was end of August, beginning of September, what I went through, I would never ever wish upon anyone and would never want to go through it again. So I'm so glad to be seeing the back of that and moving forward, trying to have a bit of a positive outcome. Yeah, not much you can do, life throws things at you and you just have to find a way around them, don't you? So I'm just going to enjoy this little bit of quiet time, have this. I'm not sure if Luke's coming home for a break today, so we'll see. I don't know what the plans are for dinner. I hate cooking dinner, I hate thinking of what to cook for dinner. I always feel like we have the same meals. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this and then I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. So this is what I mean by the balcony transformation. I don't know if I showed any of it before, so I apologise if I repeat myself. I'm not going to open the door just because it's cold and Finley's still asleep on the sofa behind me. But yeah, so I have filmed the whole process on TikTok, so I will link it down below if you want to have a look to see what it looked like before. But the first thing was we purchased the Reed privacy screen from B&M and put that up. The little oh, out of focus, the little fairy lights across the top I got from Home Bargains. The AstroTurf is actually from our old property. We used to have laid in the garden, so it's just basically cut to fit, like you can see some of the joins. Yeah, so that's what we've done so far on it. But we can't use it that much now because obviously the weather's changed, and our pumpkins from the other weekend are there as well. But yeah, I was so desperate for that balcony makeover to be done during the summer. So I did the majority. So I did the privacy screen, the solar lights, and I was waiting on the AstroTurf. Took ages and ages. It was done right at the end of summer, which kind of stressed me out a bit, but I made it work. I got foam mats that I put down, picnic blanket, so it was safer for Finley to play out there. Yeah, but it's done now, so it'll be there ready to use next summer. And it's quite nice because obviously we have another balcony above us, so it doesn't really get wet. So apart from it being cold, still able to go out there and Finley play in it and all that. Yeah, so it looks so much better than it did. Yeah, like I said, I'll link my TikTok below if you want to see the whole process. I did all the befores, the durings and everything. My little man's all curled up there asleep. And that's our little Lego bit we had earlier. I've just left some bits out just so he can play with them when he wakes up. What else was it? Oh, the kitchen. So this is how the kitchen looks now. You can see the colour difference, but so much better and not leaking. And then the bathroom is how the bathroom's coming along. Again, I have filmed and posted all of the befores, the durings, all on TikTok. Again, I'll link it down below. I don't actually know if I ever showed the bathroom. I literally hated it. But yeah, this is how it's looking. So I sanded down the wall, painted everything with white bathroom paint. It's a bit dark in here, isn't it? And then I got this paint. This is the
B&Q Good Home paint in Cancun. I just love the warm colour, like first thing in the morning when the sun shines in here, it makes it look so cosy and warm. The radiator I painted just because it looked absolutely disgusting, so I painted that with again B&Q radiator paint. I glossed the door because that was all pink green, yep, just nasty. I tried not re-grouting, what's it called, a grout reviver like paint, just to give them a bit at least of life, because again they were just multicoloured. And then I added my little faux plant from Home Bargains. The next thing in here is obviously buying all the accessories, like I want new toothbrush holders, soap dispenser and whatnot, somewhere to have the toilet roll. I'm thinking here I'm going to have somewhere to hang the hand towel, because at the moment it just hangs on the side of the bath. And then I'm going to be hoping to get new flooring. So I have ordered samples from, I think it's called Online Carpets. Yeah, so I think I ordered about 4 samples, just for us to look at and basically see what would go with the colour of the wall. I think we might have picked one that we like. I just have to go back on the website, find that one, put the measurements in, basically get the price, and then it'll be fitting it. I'm hoping that I can pull up this current flooring in without breaking it basically, and use it as a template so I can cut around it and it'll be easier, if that makes sense. And then obviously lay it. I'm going to use some spray adhesive, I think. Oh, excuse me, spray adhesive, I think, to lay it. And then the other thing I want to do in there is vinyl wrap the bath panel, just because I do not like the way it looks. And that will be pretty much the bathroom done. As you can see, my bedroom's still not done. Honestly, I've just given up. I just started on the jobs that I could do. Obviously I've never wallpapered before, so I wasn't going to attempt it when I was going through what I was going through. The bathroom was actually what distracted me, which was really nice distraction to have during that time that I was going through. But yeah, so the flooring bit is a bit on the back burner, just because obviously birthday, Christmas, everything coming up. But I think after the bathroom I'm going to move on to the hallway, just because the walls are white but they are dirty. God knows what the previous people used to do to their walls. So yeah, so we've got a colour. I don't even know what colour we picked out. Might even change my mind, I don't know. Yeah, but it's basically going to be painted. I want to get like a nice shelf above the radiator, a mirror, just because the hallway is so dark. I just want something to kind of like brighten it up, because obviously it's the first thing you see when you walk in. You want it to look quite nice, don't you? And then I think I'll try and tackle our room. Obviously you have my dodgy paint job. I think I posted a video about that back when we first moved in. Yeah, so I'll have to learn how to wallpaper, unless I can find someone that can help me. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be wallpapering the wall that's behind the bed. Then whatever wallpaper I go for, I'll be trying to like match the paint for this wall. Yeah, we're still on the hunt for a new bed. This bed is, yeah. I think during the moving vlogs, I said that basically we weren't going to have a bed. But at the time we weren't in the space to buy a bed, just because I spoke about before the whole deposit money thing. So we did manage to bring the bed and put it up so that it stayed up, but it's an ottoman bed. You can't use it. The whole mechanism's broken. It's now very wobbly. It creaks. Yeah. So when we come to do the bedroom, I will be saving up for a new bed, like a new bed, new mattress, new bedding, pillows, the whole works, the whole thing. potentially maybe new furniture in here. Like, it's all pine. Like, the chest of drawers is good, the wardrobe's good, but the bedside units don't match. It's just about the way it looks, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with them, but we will see when we get to it. At the moment, the whole decorating is, like I said, been put on hold because it's Finley's 3rd birthday next month. I cannot believe I'm going to have a 3-year-old after the difficulty I had falling pregnant. Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy to think that we're here. So yeah, I've just been focusing on getting his presents, which I'm pretty sure I've done with his birthday presents. I haven't wrapped them yet because I keep pulling them out, seeing what I've got, because I've split them over birthday, Christmas. Christmas is nowhere near done. Yeah, so I've got his presents and I've got the wrapping paper for his presents. I need to go through my stash of birthday decorations to see what I've got, see what I need. I think I might have banners and a few balloons. I need to check on the candles, decide what cake. He's obsessed with Toy Story, so I did want a Toy Story cake, but supermarkets don't have them. Do I want to spend a fortune on a made birthday cake? I don't know. But yeah, like, this is the first year that he's understanding birthdays. Like, he celebrated Luke's, he celebrated his brother's, so he understands birthdays, that people get presents, they get cake, they get decorations, you sing happy birthday. So because he understands that, I want to make it that much special for him. And it's also the first time he understands Christmas. Like, he points out Santa, he points out the decorations, the trees when we go around the shops. So again, I want to make Christmas just that bit more special, because it's the first time he will fully enjoy the magic, if that makes sense. Obviously, his first Christmas, he was newborn, basically. He was only a few weeks old. So he didn't really have much then. His second Christmas, again, he was just little. He didn't understand the concept of opening presents. Like, I think if I could rewind, I wouldn't have even bothered wrapping the presents, because he didn't get the understanding of it. But obviously this year, so much more. He's that much more older that he understands things. So trying to make it all special, but on a budget. And yeah, just, I cannot wrap my head around how quick this year's gone. Like, I remember speaking and posting videos saying there's potential, we're potentially moving. Then obviously we got the okay, the whole moving process, we moved in, and we're already here towards the end of the year. And that was at the beginning of the year. In January we're going through the process. So yeah, it's just mind blowing. I don't know how far to push it, whether to wake him up or not, because I don't want him to be really groggy and then not eat dinner, and then us be in that vicious cycle again. So I might actually have to risk waking him, just so that he's awake long enough to then want dinner, if you know what I mean. But he's going to be so angry. I think he might be coming down with a cold. A few weeks ago we had our first sickness. It was in the middle, no, it wasn't even in the middle, it was 10 o'clock at night. I shot out of bed because I heard a noise, like, you know, the sick noise. I don't know why I acted it out, but yeah, I heard the noise and I was like, no, shot out of bed everywhere. So 10 after 10 at night, we're there stripping him off, stripping the bed off, scrubbing the carpet, because there was no way I was leaving sick in the carpet all night. And that night we ended up sleeping on the sofa, because obviously he had no bedding on, but he just had one off sick and that was it, and then he was fine. He's had the diarrhea, literally he's only just getting over that. I've had the cold that's been going around, that you have the cold and then you're poorly for like 3 weeks and you got the cough. It's not COVID, but it's just drag that takes so long to go over. I've had it. I had it first. Luke's coming to the end of his, and I think Finley might be getting, because he was very bunged up before he fell asleep. I think that's why he was so tired. But yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Like, I've got washing hanging from my windows, radiators, airers. It's just not drying, and we don't have a tumble dryer. We did have one in our old house. I made the silly mistake plugging it into an extension lead because I was stupid and didn't know you couldn't do that. Basically ruined the plug or whatever. That ended up going to the scrapyard. Technically, we don't have space. Like, we could make space, but it's like, do I want to fork out on the tumble dryer that's going to cost even more on our bills? It would help me with the washing, but yeah. But then everything's just all about money recently, isn't it? Oh. But yeah. It's a pretty chilled evening as well. Finley had a shower this morning, so he doesn't even need a bath tonight unless he feels like he wants one. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty chilled evening with us. So it might be boring, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I am going to have to risk a meltdown and go and try and wake him up. So wish me luck. So my instincts were right. Finley is coming down with something. I woke him up about 3:30, I would say. And he really wasn't well. His temperature was very high. Yeah. Yeah, Mummy's got cold hands. He was really hot to touch. Yeah. He was telling me his throat was hurting. And he was very emotional. So we had lots of cuddles. We had some medicine. We video chatted Nanny, didn't we? Yeah. And he's perked up a bit now. Like, I can still tell he's quite bunged up. So hopefully he makes it to at least 7:30 before he falls asleep, because then he can have a next dose of medicine before bed. Otherwise he'll be going to bed without it, and if he wakes up in the night, I'll just have to give it to him. Yeah, then Luke come home for break like I thought he would, and we had one of our favourite meals. Finley's was a bit of a beige meal. I was doing things he would typically eat. He did try his best. He didn't eat it all, but he was saying his throat was hurting, so I didn't expect him to. And then Luke washed up for me before he went back to work, which is amazing. It's one less job to do this evening. So me and Finn are just chilling, watching some Mr. Bean, playing with some Lego still. Yeah. You right, monkey? Yeah, Mr. Bean. So, yeah. Bit of a very boring evening, I know. You would have seen in the previous clips I tried to do a bit of like cooking with me, but yeah, not very good at those things yet. Still need to have my shower. Normally, if he's quite content, I would go and have one while he's occupied with toys or the telly or something, but where he's not feeling very well, I'm not going to leave him on his own tonight, so I'll just wait until he goes to sleep. If that means like it's late tonight, then so be it. Yeah, I'm feeling quite sleepy myself. Obviously, we've had weeks probably of Finley's bad sleep. I'm hoping for a little bit of a better night, but I'm not crossing my fingers because he's quite poorly. I doubt that's going to happen. I did end up spilling my dinner down my top. Don't know how I managed that, but I'm just looking forward to my nice shower, fresh PJs, and a good sleep. Luckily, Luke's off for the next 2 days, so it's not so much solo parenting. Because he leaves from like 9 in the morning and isn't back until 9 at night. He occasionally can come home for his break at like dinner time, but that's like the only portion of the day where I get a little bit of help. But yeah, it's not all too bad. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's literally been. I have not liked this year. I thought this year was going to be like a good year because we obviously moved. But adjusting to the move, it was a bit hard to adjust to. Then not long after moving in, Finley had a head injury. He'd fallen into a door frame. He had like this egg-sized lump come up on his head. But luckily he didn't have to go to hospital. We phoned 111, and basically they said that we didn't need to get seen. It wasn't serious, and it went down by the next day it had gone down, and it was just a bit of a bruise. And then what else? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Got your feet. Obviously, my personal thing I went through, that was bad. We also had to have an A&E trip with Finn. Again, head injury. Me and Mum had taken him over to our. Yeah. Me and Mum had taken him over to the local park before I was doing the school run one Friday. Park that we always go to, running around having fun. Next minute he runs straight into this metal picnic table, shoots backwards to the floor. As he stands up, all this blood comes gushing from his head. Luckily Mum lives across the road, so we quickly raced him to Mum's to basically check out the wound, and he had cut his eyebrow and the corner of his eye. Yeah, that was just so traumatic. It was traumatic because I was covered in his blood. He was covered in blood. I was like, I do not know what to do. I had a school pickup, but luckily my mum went and did the pickup for me. Luke come straight home from work and took us to the hospital and stayed with us. And then Luke's brother ended up laying up from my mum's because she had work, and basically stayed with him until we were out of the hospital. But we were down in the hospital for 3 hours before he was seen. And all he ended up having was those, are they called steri strips and glue? But he does now have a lovely scar in his eyebrow. But yeah, no more injuries, thankfully, yet. We did have our first successful haircut though. not last weekend, the weekend before. Boys were booked in for the haircut. Finn absolutely hates his haircut, hates going in the chair, hates being touched, hates people touching his hair, touching his ears, anything. He would scream. And we went, he willingly got in the chair, sat there for the whole of the haircut, didn't cry nothing, so I was so proud of him. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm going to stop rambling now. We're going to watch some Mr. Bean together, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.
Mum, we keep calling you.
So, a little update from when we last spoke. This one's still rather poorly. We've got the sick bucket out. We were watching Mr. Bean, like I said we were, getting cosy, and projectile vomit over the sofa. So we got him all changed, all clean, stripped the sofa cushions off. They have just finished on a wash. I need to go put them on spin actually. He's got the sick bucket, hopefully no more. Hopefully it's just like a one-off thing. His temperature is not as high as it was earlier. So I don't know what causes sickness, because he barely ate any dinner. He did try, but he didn't eat as much as I thought he would. We've just had the dose of medicine that he needs. He's very tired, but he's adamant he does not want to go to bed. So I think it's going to have to be, it's just going to have to be a fall asleep on the sofa and then take him to bed night. But yeah, I was going to nip off to the shower, but I don't want him to be awake, be sick again, and then not know what to do. So I'll just wait until he's a bit more settled, and then I'll sort myself out. But yeah, what a fun evening. I can deal with anything but sick. Yeah, but it's all sorted. Okay, baby, you look so poorly. Bless him. What a night, eh? Oh, God. So, I thought it'd be a good idea to film. Thinking, yeah, we'll have a nice chilled evening, a bit of a catch-up. Finley ended up becoming poorly, being sick. Oh, dear. Bless him. He fell asleep on the sofa. Did transfer him to his bed. He did wake up. He was a bit disorientated. And yeah, he's really, really not well. So I set up his room, like the bucket's in there. Not that he would ever think to, pick up the bucket and be sick, but it's there in case he needs it. I think it's going to be a bit of a disrupted night. Either he's going to be up, or I'm going to be up, because I'm just going to be worried about him the whole night. But we'll see how it goes. He was settled in bed, so I went and had my quick shower. Yeah, everywhere was pretty much tidy because we did tidy earlier. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill out on the sofa, read a bit of my book. I'm currently reading A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, was it? Yeah, Tilly Cole. I really got into my reading, especially during obviously whatever happened. I was into the It Ends With Us series, so It Ends With Us and then It Starts With Us. I absolutely loved them books. It really got me back into reading. This is now the book that I'm on. I'm only up to chapter 3. Again, I told you earlier, didn't I, that when I went through my stuff, I kind of like fell out of love with everything. So I'm trying to get back into reading. I know I have 2 books coming for Christmas. Ages and ages ago, it was 2 books I really like the look of. Luke picked them up for me and said he was going to save them for Christmas because I was already reading books. So I think it's The Love of My Afterlife. I don't know the author though. And the 3rd Vex King book. What's it called? Something About Love, I think. I can't remember the title. It's gonna bug me now. It's a pink one this time. So you got the white one, that's the first one, the gold one. So what's the first one called? Oh my god, I don't even know the titles. I know the second one is Healing is the New High, because that was one of the most recent books I read. Yeah, but basically I've got 2 books coming for Christmas. I'm on this one, and I know there's a second one. What is it? 1,000 Broken Pieces. So I would hope to read this one and maybe the second one of this. I don't own it yet. I do need to buy it. But I'd hope to read both of them before Christmas when I have my new ones. Yeah. So that's my evening now. I keep checking on Finn. Read a bit of my book. I've got Big Bang Theory on in the background. Luke should be home soon. And yeah, hopefully get some sleep tonight. If not, at least Luke's home so we can like tag team looking after him. But yeah, I'm really sorry if this was a really boring vlog. This time I do promise I really do hope to stick to this. The only issue is because I use my phone, my storage runs out really quick. And because I try and do Instagram and TikTok, and I want to do this, like, yeah, you see. But we'll try and make it work, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.